a non-barber, all right? Hold on. As a non-barber, how does it feel? What goes through your mind when you have to think about going to another barber? Like,
my immediate concern is the edge up. It's
when they get to that last part, you're like, why you going so fast, nigga? Why you going so fast? You don't
almost
care?
the fade can be forgiven.
I don't know, bro.
Dad,
you hitting
listen,
that too.
The fade
you hitting that corner too quick, nigga.
Yo, to be honest, listen, the fade can be forgiven. It's the edge up that cannot. It's just like it's unforgiving because if that thing goes back a little bit,
you get roasted for a month.
Even my regular will be fucked up. They'll be like, damn, you went to somebody else. I can just tell. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's all about the fucking.
So wait, so when you're trying to say Gene asked you that, even though you've only been cut by 2 barbers in the past 8 years?
I feel like Gene probably doesn't ask, but he gives you that look, you know? Like
right.
No, because he knows. He knows.
No. There's sometimes where, okay, so like, you know what I'm saying, to keep 100, there's sometimes where I feel disappointed. You know what I'm saying? I'll be honest, Yoko did a very good job. I have nothing to complain about. I almost shouted him out on social media.
Who have you been disappointed by?
Let's be 100 with it.
So you were disappointed by Gene?
You know, every once in a while, it depends on the mood because there are mood sets. There are mood sets. You know what I'm saying?
Wow,
like,
I thought it went loyalty over here. It doesn't sound like loyalty to me.
Nigga, that's through thick and thin. Sometimes let's be honest. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? You go through it. You go through it for a week, and it's just subtle things. It's things that he didn't give you the touch last time, whatever. As a consumer, sometimes you know when your barber's off his game. You know when it's an emotional thing. And every barber goes to. I'm sure that you guys have the art where you're just like, not today. Today's not my day.
Some days are.
You know what I'm saying? And as a consumer, we can tell. We can tell because we live with it.
I appreciate people like you, bro. I appreciate customers like you. I really do. Because y'all, listen. But don't, hey, wait. I'm getting
just because you don't know what loyalty is, my nigga.
Wait, listen. You were the backup for one Hurricane Irma.
But listen.
Like one hurricane emergency. I can't go to another.
Hey, but listen, I'm getting to you, and it's not gonna be bad, bro. I'm not gonna bash you, bro. You know, listen, we were born on the same day, dude.
Yes, true.
So a lot of your opinions, a lot of your ways of thinking is very similar to mine.
It's
like,
true.
I don't know if you guys believe in like astrology, but astrology is very, very real. Like just like start like looking at people that you're close to and be like, yo, what's your sign?
What's 3-syllable words, bro? You say astrology. I don't even know what that means.
You do know what it means. You a Taurus. Both of y'all niggas is just the worst.
So let me make the long story short.
Break it down.
I feel you, bro. And the people like you is what keeps me going, bro. Like it keeps me like, yeah, bro. I wake up and I'm like, damn, bro. Like a client that will like tell other barbers, no, I'm not rocking with you, and come rock with me. Like after a whole month, even if I've been busy and they couldn't get with me last week, and they still wait for me a whole nother week, that's crazy for me.
Damn.
That's crazy loyalty. Because to be honest, I'm gonna be real right now. I'm like him, dude. Like I'm like him.
Oh, really?
I gotta get a cut,
barber, bro. Yeah. This is my barber right here. Yoko is my barber.
Yeah.
Like ain't no like I love all these barbers that are my friends and my people, and they cut good too, and they cut just as good. But the thing is, the style and the way I like my hair. He gets it. Exactly how I want it. No matter what. If I get a fade, if I get a blowout, whatever. But the thing about, Yoko, I know he's a busy man. He has a good clientele.
Yoko's busy, bro.
So
right?
sometimes I'll be like, you know what? I don't need to look 100% today. I can look 75%.
So you go to other barbers? Do you ever go to other barbers though?
All the time. I'm a barber whore.
See, but I can't fuck.
I'm
not a barber whore. I just sometimes I got a side chick.
Yeah.
You know? Sometimes
but you a bum. That's fucked up, bro. Like that's
how is that wrong? Sometimes the barber that I need is not available for the thing that I need it for.
And I totally understand you,
and sometimes you gotta go out and cheat.
I totally understand.
You understand that too. So Yoko, me and you are the only ones that are about
barber
loyalty.
He gets his haircut with everybody.
What do you think,
Mario?
Mario, what do you think about barber loyalty?
1 second.
You a nigga, bro.
You can cut.
Listen, no. Let me clear that up.
Who usually not only cuts you up but dyes your hair too?
It's either Yo-Yo or Fredo. That's it.
Yo-Yo or Fredo.
Those are the only 2 people I get my hair cut by.
What's Mario?
Yo-Yo, Josue, he did the 2 lines back here, and you know what I'm saying? If I wasn't gonna grow the tail out, he would have did the fade back there. Okay. But you gotta understand though, me and him came up together. We used to
and
me and him.
Bro.
Hold on, let me clear this up real quick. Me and this guy right here, back in 2010, 2009, 2010, right? Man, we used to shut it down. Like, listen, if he wasn't cutting, the first person I'm throwing a client to is him. If he wasn't cutting, the first person until we got our clientele up. Until we got our clientele up.
But,
Mario, what do you think about loyalty? What do you think about loyalty?
That's loyalty.
Loyalty is big, huge. That's everything. Like, look at how we started out the conversation.
Yeah.
It's going at it about the loyalty.
But what you saying? All right, you guys are. I think you guys are overusing this word right now. Like, if I know Yo is my nigga, I know I can trust this nigga, even though he talked for like 80 hours before he cuts my hair. Like, even though I love this nigga.
Is that a thing?
Yo,
Nigga, stop.
Well, yo, it's about the vibe.
Bro, it's about the vibe. I love that's my nigga. But guess what?
You are going through a portal when you're walking to his station.
Absolutely, bro. That nigga break. I love this. But Josue is my main barber. I check him, text him, blah 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 blah. Well, sometimes for me, my life is the weekend, right? I got 4 weddings in a weekend. I gotta get my fucking haircut, nigga. So if I'm about to pull up, he's like, yo, I'm not even in town or blah blah blah. I gotta get my fucking haircut. I'm sorry. I'm loyal to this nigga. It's 2-3 years. But I gotta fucking get my haircut. Sorry. Facts.
And that's
it's not.
But
It's not disloyal.
The barber in me makes me feel like, yo, no, I need you to come to me no matter what. But the normal person that gets haircuts and that's a tourist on April 25th, like me, you know what I'm saying? Like you, I'm the same way, dog. I need a haircut. Me and my girl, we gonna go hang out. We going to Miami. We going to Wynwood.
He'll get in his feelings when he sees his client in another shop. He just said, he just said, listen, I'll be there in 10 minutes, but it's been 25.
Low key, I'm like.
Even though he waited 10 more minutes.
Even though he waited 10 more minutes. Wouldn't you prefer to keep it in your shop, though? You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
If you get a cut from someone else.
But you got to remember, we live in a very small.
It depends on who. It depends on. Like,
you gotta
remember
variables.
There's a lot of variables.
Like, to be honest, bro, a group of barbers lasts in one shop. The same group, usually never more than 2 years. You know what I'm saying? 1 or 2 people are gonna go to another barbershop. You gotta remember, when we come to a barbershop, it's almost like a little family, a little like hangout. Like, everybody knows each other. Yeah, we spend more time here than at our own homes, with our own wives, with our own fiancés, with our girlfriends, whatever. You know what I mean? So you have love for somebody that might have been your dog, but he might go to another barbershop and like, yeah, you want to keep it in the shop, but at the end of the day, that's still your dog. Like, Chris, that's my people. You know what I'm saying? So I'll still feel comfortable to come here and get a cut with Chris.
Okay, all right. So for example, I come in. It's 8 niggas like pull up. It's Friday at 4 o'clock. I gotta be somewhere at 6. He's like, yo, I got 5, nigga. Like, I'm sorry. And my dog Chris is open. You're not open. Are you gonna get mad if I let him? Yeah. Why would you get like? Why would you get?
That's the thing,
and that's the
thing. I'm the same way. I'm gonna send you to somebody that.
Yeah, but as a consumer, I'm walking the hell out. To be honest, I'll see you at 7. Hey, where you gonna be up at? Where you gonna be up? When you gonna be up? 7,
is that loyalty or is that pride?
No. That has nothing to do with that. It's just you don't want to. You don't want to.
Jay's not lying though.
Deadass. I'll hit him up. I'll be like, if it's Friday at 5 and you got 5 people, sorry, I'm not saying.
If it's a random nigga, I won't be like, oh, it's fucking like, whatever. But
confirmed by me, like he's not
right. Yeah, I know. He's a loyal guy. He's a loyal person to the team. There's the friendship on all levels, so I get it. Yeah. But I won't let some random dude just fucking a nigga that's dancing to bachata just fucking start cutting your hair. But
where the guy,
you know the difference because I'm not peeping.
4 cigarettes.
Yeah. But if it's my dog Yo-Yo, I'm gonna let the nigga like.
Yeah, but the thing is, I know Yo-Yo cuts. I've never seen how Yo-Yo's profession is though. I've never checked out his clients. I've never been like, maybe I'll get a cut by Yo. You know what I'm saying? Like
some people actually go that when it comes to their hair.
Exactly.
I gotta ask a question.
Research. I'm my guy. What do I need to go? What do I gotta do? Yeah. I know enough people go to Yoko that I use him as a backup. Like,
okay, I got a question.
Heavily recommended.
All right, is there such thing as barber beef? Like, because obviously y'all are friends. Is there barber beef?
Listen, bro.
Oh, nigga, you go to that nigga with the hair over there?
In the shop or
outside, like other barbers.
So there's barber beef.
Other barbers, bro.
It's always very low key and petty. It's always very low key and petty.
Like how?
It's never out in the open. It's never like, yo, I got beef with so and so, or so and so got beef with me. It's always on some petty shit. And
it's the way it would be in hip hop with no diss tracks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then
so how does it get around? So how do you get around knowing that there's beef?
Twitter.
So it's
no
gossip.
Diss tracks,
listen,
no
between clients.
It's usually clients that are having
clients.
Bro, it's a mixture of clients and social media.
Wow.
Clients
times
social media equals barber beef, but it's very like very low key, quiet, very.
Why? Like if somebody get more likes and shit on their shit
No,
than you?
Is it a Drake verse that
alright,
hits you the wrong way?
I'm gonna tell you like this. It's usually younger clients, like
High school kids.
high school kids. Like and then you gotta remember,
16
bro,
to 22.
Barbers are very into like looks and aesthetic and like what's popping right now, because that's what we gotta do. We gotta know what's popping right now. We gotta know what's gonna make you look fly. You feel me?
So-
like if Lil Pump gets dreads that's pink and blue and whatever, eventually it's gonna become a fad. It might not make it as a fad, but
It means you gotta learn how to dye hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So is everybody dyeing hair right now? You gotta learn. You
Not
gotta dye
everybody's
hair.
dyeing hair, but a lot of people.
No, I'm not. I've never got my hair
With the
dyed.
with the two braids back and then the pink. And then the,
No, but this is the thing, right? Some people.
I've never had blonde hair.
Since dyeing hair is a new thing, right? There's gonna be 2 or 3 barbers that's in the area that's gonna start dyeing hair. So now they start looking at each other like, "Hey, I did that first. No, I did that first." And then guess what? Now your clients is gonna be boosting you up. They're gonna be like, "Oh,
no, he
hey,
did that
bro, you know what? I seen so and so around the way, and he did the same cut you did with the same thing that I ain't seen nobody do besides you, and he did it too." Now all of a sudden, so you're like, "Hold on, man, this dude biting my style." And that's just your little ego, talking. But
so barbers are the new rappers.
bro, barbers are very similar to rappers, bro. It's crazy.
It seems like though, as a barber, that now your social
really
media
petty,
shit is like what gets you your local. Is that?
I think for
Bro.
any market, I think for any person that's trying to sell anything, they got to be online with the marketing.
It depends on your target. It depends on your target audience because Flawless Barbershop is probably one of the only barbershops where the owner isn't even on social media.
No, I know.
Really,
Social
if you look
media-
at Gene's Instagram, you probably won't see one haircut. You know what I'm saying? So like maybe one, if that. So
But I would go as far as to say that Gene has like position. Like he was like the first. I think he was like one of the first Cape barbershops. Like I mean, there was a lot of barbershops, but of quality that that had
poppin' like
repeat.
that?
Poppin'?
it's just
Is
an
it not
example of
true?
how it's just an example of how a shop can like it's one of the shops that aren't on social media but are still probably one of the busiest shops.
I'm gonna give you some history on barbershops in Cape right now.
All right, the history.
Yes.
All right.
Mr. C's was the first one.
Mr. C's was one of it was popping. Yeah, Mr. C's was popping. But the thing
hey,
is,
Mr.
They had
fucked my hair
freestyle
up when
battles
I first
out that
got
one,
here.
right?
I
47th,
don't know.
right? Out by 47th.
Fuck my hair up when I first got here.
Skips? Like that's where
Damn, my
Skips. That's
dog's
where Skip
dropping
was at. Because Skip
Hey.
had freestyle battles, bro. That was like
Hey,
the
but
only
listen.
platform rappers had.
I remember there was very, very few barbershops out here at one point.
Okay.
And I remember in 2000, I think it was 2008. Giovanni's was
Where was that?
Giovanni's was the
That's-
barbershop.
that's off Hancock. That's where G got his start.
Oh,
Giovanni's.
that's where Matt was at.
He was the only Moreno.
And I
over
don't know
there,
if you guys remember a little barbershop called, I don't even know why I'm talking about this, but you guys got me feeling comfortable, so
All
I might
good.
as well just talk about it. I'm gonna be real, you know what I mean?
Be real. Be
Yeah.
real.
Listen,
Please.
I don't know if y'all remember a little barbershop called B's Barbershop.
Bees.
B's Barbershop was really
Del Prado.
on Del Prado, across the street
No.
from Hungry Howie's.
No, I have no idea what you're talking
That it
about.
got raided by the DEA.
It got raided.
Yeah.
Was this
not
was
DEA?
this the one
DA.
by- across
What?
from downtowner?
Yeah.
That area.
Wait,
Raided?
downtowner. No, on Del Prado, across the street from. What is it? Yeah, like Hungry Howie's. What else
Okay.
is there? Like the Chinese. Renaissance. Wait, is it Renaissance? Yeah. All right. Well, anyways,
Okay.
that
By
was
Calusa,
that was a
so-
barbershop that
close to there?
basically put me on. I'm gonna be real.
pretty
Like
much
at first,
here.
I didn't have no barber license, no nothing. And I wanted a job, and I used to hang out with all them boys. Went over there, hung out. They gave me a chance. Started working over there, bro. And that thing got raided by the police, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it was only us and Giovanni's. So like it was really hard at first for barbershops to really start popping in Cape.
When was this?
This was in 2008. 2008, 2009. It got raided by the police. It was all over the news and everything. And yeah, I just so happened to get caught up in the mix. Like I didn't know what was going on. I ended up getting caught up. Yeah, whatever. Long story short, that got shut down. So Giovanni's been holding it down in Cape for the longest.
Yeah, he's been killing it.
When
He got a lot
I
of
ended up
people that
leaving
start.
to LA, I left to LA in 2009. Because out here was too hot for me. I didn't want to do that. And then all of a sudden, I came back to visit a year later, and I see Flawless popping.
Okay.
popping. So I'm like, yo, what's up? But at that point, I wasn't thinking about Barber game. I was, I had other stuff on my mind. I come back a couple years later, and Flawless is popping, bro. Like,
what is it about Gene that makes Flawless successful?
the thing about Gene, bro, is that this man is a worker.
Oh,
Why
you
I'm
say
saying this though?
names?
Because I was over there
Don't
taking
do
the
that.
piss, right? And I'm thinking, I was like,
Never
yo,
mind.
if I had a podcast, right?
Yeah.
How can I get the best content?
Easy.
Oh,
And?
bring 3 bottles and let them drink it for free. Once they're halfway through, or at least halfway through with these bottles, they're gonna have some good ass motherfucking content.
Of course.
We'll clear the table
we'll
and
clear
act
the
like
table.
no one's drinking.
We should do that.
Then the nigga stops and the shit stops, and then we get to hi. This is Curate podcast, and we're here with Barber.
We're here.
We
We're
gotta do that on the
here. No
next
bottles.
podcast.
They're all sober. Tell us what you think.
Well,
Yo, I think it's fuck Harry Barber and motherfucking Lee County. Nigga, I'm the best. It's called Yo-Yo. Oh shit!
You right though.
Hey, he just cropped that little piece out. Like,
That's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be, and that's gonna be the
Nah, but
headline.
real
too,
though,
bro.
you hate. I used to like back in the day. You get interviewed by Fox or something. You do a whole like hour interview, and they get like 1 second of like, I hate white people. You're like some shit like that. What the fuck?
the Allen Iverson practice.
Practice.
yo,
Because
cuz
they cut out what he said before, what he was
Bro.
talking about, because he was talking about how his sister died or somebody died, and he said practice. We're talking about practice, but really, you get what I'm saying?
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
I
got to
remember
be
that
happy
interview.
because honestly, that's his calling card now. Honestly, I mean,
Yeah, he
Allen
got-
Iverson,
he got-
that's one of his best quotables. Like,
yeah, but
I remember that
a lot of people
interview.
misinterpret what he actually.
yeah,
what
it's
his
all about
intentions were.
context. But
All right.
that, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the,
About what's-
the internet doesn't have
but
context.
listen, bro.
It's not about what's
Internet's
true.
not
It's about what's
context.
first.
Y'all want to hear
Yeah,
a true story? I don't know if y'all seen that shit, but I don't know if it was Fox. I think it was Fox. I was over there in Fort Myers outside the mall, right? And I'm chilling with my girl. No, not by the mall, but like, it don't matter where the fuck it was. It was on
Yeah,
49.
fuck it, yeah.
So we chilling, me and my girl. We walking out the store, and they come up to me talking about, yo, what do you feel about this new medical marijuana bill that they're about to pass last year? You remember when it passed?
They asked you
Yeah. So
why.
bro, they
Okay.
come up to me. They're like, "Yo, gang." So they're like, "Yo, what do you think about medical marijuana being passed?" So we started talking like a normal conversation. I'm holding the mic, but we having a normal conversation. I'm thinking like, yeah, medical marijuana is good. I agree with it, but honestly, I think it should be recreational. Because to be honest, like I feel like the government shouldn't tell you if you could smoke weed
Sure.
or you shouldn't smoke weed. So they were like, "Oh, so what do you think about people smoking marijuana and driving?" So I'm like, they probably shouldn't do that because, like, oh, what? And then she started naming all these facts about people getting killed during driving under intoxicated by marijuana in Colorado now that it's legal. So I'm like, oh, yeah, whatever, yeah. And I'm like, but, you're taking that out of context because you can't really test how much weed somebody got in their system at the moment. You could test that they smoked sometime this month, but you don't know if they were doing heroin, whatever. Make the long story short,
Yeah,
I ended up saying something.
I have a long attention span.
It's a long story, right? Yeah. Bro, you the one that got me drinking, bro.
I
But
know,
anyway,
I know.
so
Alright.
I told the woman,
Yo, I'm paying attention. Fuck y'all.
hey, yo. So I told the woman, I'm like, yo, you don't know what else they've been doing. To be honest, this is my exact word. To be honest, if you didn't do nothing else and all you did was smoke weed, honestly, I would feel like you're a safer driver than somebody that's been stressed out and hasn't drink or smoked or hasn't slept all night and been driving, right? Bro, I come out on the news, bro. Like the morning news, and all you hear is saying,
all cut edited and shit.
all they said was that I think smoking weed makes you a better driver.
Lit.
Nice.
Bro, with my face on it.
Bro, that's it. That's how
And my
it
legal
works.
name.
That's why we curate Southwest Florida. We gonna change that shit. We
No,
actually go.
we're not
report
gonna
the
change
actual
that shit. We're gonna say that we're gonna clip the same fucking thing. And
Long-
put you on it. We're
Live.
gonna do the same shit.
We got you, nigga.
We got you, nigga.
Hey, real
You
quick,
said
before we
same
go
shit.
any further, we gonna play my fucking game. My fucking game is truth or shot, nigga. Fuck
Great.
y'all. Hey, I'm gonna ask Jose a question,
What?
a question, and you don't gotta take the shot,
Double back on that name.
but
Okay.
Josue, nigga.
Okay.
All right, you don't gotta take the shot. You You gotta do anything you don't want to do, really.
But just don't try this man's life, though.
I'm not gonna try this man's life. Look, I got good questions.
Oh, wait. Hey,
Do you have juicy
you didn't even introduce.
Yeah, first off, exactly. Thank you.
Let's
So-
introduce.
So,
And this gentleman, and actually this gentleman as well, Mario as well. Yeah.
actually,
Okay.
no, let's interview. This is natural shit.
Yeah.
This is my boy. I met this nigga. You graduated what year? We're graduating high school.
Supposed to be 2010.
2010. So you were 1 year behind me, and I met this nigga at Mariner High School. I got. So speaking about barbershop talk, okay?
Okay.
Do people come in here and like just tell you like their life shit?
Crazy.
Like they're fucked
Oh
up?
my gosh.
All right, without saying names and maybe switching things around a little bit, what's the craziest fucking barber story you fucking heard, bro?
Story, because I'm asking another question later. So story. We want to hear a story from client. Go ahead.
Oh gosh.
Story about a client.
Go ahead, Yoko. Yo,
We
you got
know
some?
a lot of similar stories because we kind of like bounce it back and forth. Look, no, we don't. We don't tell you your stories to each other.
Don't worry, we'll edit that one out. Just give us the most outrageous story
It's
from
outrageous
a
stories
client,
that
please.
range from like crazy prison stories to like people miraculously getting off of heroin, but still liking
Yes, bro.
But it's all kind of crazy stuff.
Oh man. Hopefully he never watches this, but I'm not gonna say his name, so it's like
It's not gonna matter. It doesn't matter. No one's gonna know this person.
No one's gonna know.
Yeah,
No. You're keeping
I
disclosure.
don't know, bro. I've had like, oh my god, I've had like a lot of.
How do people like trust you? Like, what do you think about barbershop?
Because
that
Like,
trust
it's hard
you?
to talk
All right,
about
you gotta
it because
remember-
like,
Because they trust
because
you.
of that trust.
Okay, so let's fuck the story specifically.
Listen, bro.
tried to keep
I'm
it
gonna tell you
general.
why.
I
I'm
tried
gonna
to
tell you
keep it
why
general.
people trust
I
us.
respect that. I respect
You
that.
want
I
to know my
respect that.
theory on why people
Good.
trust us?
Why?
All right. How many men do you have in your life that can come up to you, touch your face, touch your mouth, touch your face, without you snapping and maybe hitting them in their face?
I mean, there's one, maybe two. As a client, I understand.
One, maybe two out of everybody in your whole life ever.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
So
crazy.
I
never
touch
thought
your
about
I
face.
never thought about
It's
that.
like very intimate.
It's very
like,
intimate.
yeah.
It's very intimate. You sit in my chair, and you're gonna be in my chair maybe 30 to 45 minutes, maybe an hour. If you're my dog. Right. You know what I mean?
And honestly, that's more coddling than most humans have with their father, their their parentals. Some people don't even have that intimacy,
crazy, you might
but
get
you are the one that's closest to them.
Exactly.
Honestly,
You might get it from
and
a
physical
client
touch.
you've been cutting for years, or you might just get it from a walk-in that's been having a
Exactly.
bad
That's
day.
crazy. Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah.
even know
Or
you,
somebody that doesn't
nothing.
have nobody that
Doesn't even
talks
know your
crazy.
name.
Yeah, I never thought about.
They just come in and just want someone to open up to.
Yeah, that's.
soon as
I never thought about that because when you said a man, you said when's the last time you had a man? And I know it sounds very because we're living like a very homophobic like culture, and
it's
I think
true,
it's obviously
especially
getting
with a
better.
blade. We
But I
got a
think
blade to your
I think
throat.
I think women have all these women in their life. They like, bitch, let me tell you. But like even your best friends who are guys, you never really just call.
If they touch you in the face, you're gonna feel.
Yeah, and like and like.
Or
like
if you even tell
as a
them
nigga
about
does
something
what-
that happened to you.
Yeah, bro. It's
Like,
like
you
that's
know what I mean?
wild, bro. And I think that's a good point that you pointed out. Is like you guys are like almost like the homies. Like I'm able to be like, yo, you like, hi, how you doing, bro? You're like, gosh, it's a fucking girl, you know. And I'm able to just to tell you, and it's a very transparent environment, and we don't get that anywhere else as men, because even in my best friends, I have to be like. Nah, nigga, I'm good. Nigga,
I think that goes a little
know?
bit to our conversation before and why I don't use a lot of barbers because of that intimacy. You know, like I almost love the fact that I go to my barber because I get game from my barber. Honestly, I really do. Like there's life lessons that when talking to my barber, especially if they're a little bit older, and not to hate on the younger cats, but you get somebody who's an OG in the game. You know, I listen. I listen hard. I mean, there was a point where I was purchasing a house, and my barber had swayed my vote on
your barber?
purchasing a house.
It's
Your
very-
barber purchasing a house has helped a lot of us.
It's
bro.
very transferable.
Absolutely.
The energy is transferable because a lot of times you learn from the client based on their experience,
Yes.
on the state that they're
plays-
in,
that's-
on the state that they're in when they come in, how the conversation leads. You know what I'm saying? It like sometimes not sometimes, all the time, because everything that you come across is a lesson. But you literally like you're like, dang, You know what I mean? Like I know, you know what I mean, this, that, and the third because of a client. Like, you know what I mean? Like I've yeah, like there's clients that
there's
clients
life
that have written books that, you know what I mean,
there's
doctors.
life there's life lessons. Like some of you barbers like inherit the game and you don't even realize it. You'll get information that's like books ahead of your time.
It's
Like
way
you guys get the game
because you cut
get
someone
the
who's
game.
68 and they've been successful
Yo,
15 times already.
Honest, bro,
Right.
I don't mean to get like all
what's up.
sentimental, all that, or like you know what I'm saying? Because you know a lot, like our culture nowadays, like
It's
very
there's a
easy.
there's a shell.
There's a show
outside of the true person.
I feel like so much crazy bullshit happens every day nowadays. I mean, it's always happened. But the difference is, back in the days, shit would happen, you wouldn't know about it, though. Because, you know what I mean?
Right.
You live in wherever the hell you live at.
Sure,
and
sure,
something
sure.
happened on the other side of the country, you're never going to know about that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or you might hear a story, but you didn't see it. Nowadays,
Now it's live.
Like, we're so desensitized. Like, we could look at our phone and, like, see somebody, like, get their head blown off, and like it desensitizes you. But like it's crazy. Like nowadays, people are scared to talk about their emotions. People are scared to talk about these deep issues that they have within themselves. But like some people like open up to you like a book, and it makes you feel like, wow, like there's still humanity left.
Well, you think about how therapy has grown in society and the mental health awareness of people, because especially in Black and Spanish communities. Bitch, if you say you're depressed, niggas are gonna laugh at you.
Yeah.
Like, depressed, nigga. What the?
But
in white communities, it's like, you know, there's medicine and you get the counselor, you get the therapy, you get the, you know. But with us, it's like, I feel like growing up for Black niggas and white and the Spanish people, it was like the barbershop was the place you go to tell, to talk, to get real.
And you say it to your barber. You don't even say it out loud. That's the crazy thing, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's to the point that, bro, I'm going to be real, bro. I'm going to be honest. Like,
a lot of personal things from people that they probably don't even tell their own wives.
Not only that, but it's kind of messed up.
That's
because
crazy.
us as barbers can't even talk to each other, I feel like sometimes.
Yeah.
We can't, because it becomes to the point that it's like we clown, like, being honest. We clown being sensitive. We clown being, like, emotional. Like, it's normal.
I think you guys do a good job of hiding it, because every time that I've been in the barbershop, like, the conversations that go on in the barbershop are some of the most, they're not something you would hear on ESPN. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something that's so like, there's no fence around it.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes people say things and you just like,
There should be
I'm not friends with that nigga anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. You look at clients different. You look at niggas that you never even saw in the barbershop before, but you already know, like, I will never call that guy. You know what I'm saying?
It's probably one of the realest places you could go.
Absolutely.
In a good and bad way, because you walk in with a fucked up hair, like, nigga, God, yeah.
But we're at our most vulnerable with that
Hey,
fucked
no.
up haircut. We're out there 7 o'clock in the morning in some sweats, in the shirt that we don't even like. You know, the laundry's not even done, but we trying to get a haircut and we trying to turn our lives around at that point, because there's nothing like having a fresh fade, right? You got to get your whole shit together before getting
But I like getting
right after. You trying to clean up the laundry after that.
But there's a
like,
difference.
Yo, I got to get my whole shit together.
There's a difference between getting a haircut in the South and getting a haircut in the North, like New York. Because New York niggas will ride you the whole way you get a haircut until it's done. They're like, oh, you good. But here, there's so much more gray stuff. I feel like.
They're going to do that to you in any big city, though. Because you go to Miami, they're going to do the same thing, dog. You go to Miami, bro, and go get a haircut, and you're looking crazy, dog, and you don't know nobody in that bitch. Guess what, bro? You're the butt of 30,000 jokes for about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Not only that, but niggas are probably checking their cars after you leave. You know, they're like, yo, what was that nigga? Let's let
Yeah, bro.
We
For real, they're gonna look at you, check to see if you have a wire when they're putting the thing on you. They're like,
All right. So I have a question. So, obviously you three are barbers. Chris, my dude, barber. Do you feel like satisfies your like sense of purpose,
Bro.
in the sense of like you're good? This is what I can do the rest of my life, or do you have like? And that's what I wanted to get into with you, and even with you two, like. Because obviously there's more to all, there's layers to all of you, you know. But so I kind of wanted to maybe each of you answer like, what role is barber, like, to being a barber play in your life? But like, what else are you working on that's like, because this is sort of like funding your dreams and shit. So let's start with Yoko. Because obviously barbering is not the only thing you do. But like, so what else is on your plate in a sense?
Barbering is exactly that. It's funding my dreams.
Sorry, just to go a little bit deeper. You stopped barbering for a little bit.
I did stop working
Why?
for a little bit.
What happened?
Because I had got an opportunity to, further my career in music. I had an investor and things like that, and I tried it out. You know what I mean? But thankfully, thank God for barbering, because it's a type of profession that you can go back to, to regroup, because that's the process I'm in right now. I'm regrouping so that I can go back out there and, push out for it again full time.
Right.
And it's barbering does have grace in that aspect, to where you can have multiple layers to you, because a lot of times when you're working for somebody else's dream, you don't have the opportunity to have those layers, because you clock in, you clock out. You got to rest so you can clock back in and clock back out. At least with this, it's like you have freedom to go places. You have freedom to. It's really all on you, on how you balance everything out. You know what I mean? So
I don't want people like you to ever like end up leaving because of and I either way, I get if you end up moving, like I get it, but I'm trying to like create an environment that people feel appreciated for what they're doing, whatever craft it is. I don't want people to feel
at the end of the day, it's a reflection of yourself. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like, the way I look at it is, I'm not working hard enough for people.
And I'm glad that you say that.
People can receive it.
That's dope that you make it a self-reflection.
I'm glad that you say that, bro. Because honestly, bro,
you can't be mad at somebody else. You know what I mean? You can't. They have to have the opportunity to receive what you're putting out. So you have to do all the work. It's like 90-10. You know what I mean? 10 is them.
Honestly, bro, I feel like, dude, like it can be easier if you leave. You get what I'm saying?
Sure, absolutely.
To be honest, it can be easier if you leave.
In a lot of ways, it makes it
if
easier.
You're so if you are yourself to the point that you don't have to leave and still make it, it don't necessarily what is making it though? You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people that make it. Yeah, exactly. Can you define that?
Personal to the
it
person.
depends on where your goals are, and honestly, no matter what, it really doesn't matter about your local scene, because to make it is probably bigger than the local scene. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's bigger than Florida per se, state. It's bigger than regional, which is south. Southeast.
Okay.
And it's bigger than honestly the state. The United States can hold. You want to go global.
How I refer to that, like how I brought that up is not necessarily like who's gonna hear you, but at the end of the day, whatever it is that you choose to like focus, pursue. Whatever it is that you pursue, wherever it is that you focus your creativity, at the end of the day, whenever you're finished doing whatever it is that you're doing, are you gonna be satisfied with what you did? Is that your end goal, to be satisfied with what you did, or to make a lot of money, or to get fame, or to get fortune, or to get a living of what you're making? Because at the end of the day, there's people that make the dopest art. Some people that express themselves so nicely, that their craft is so perfected, but they never ever reach any kind of monetary goals that they ever wanted. Never reach fame. But when you go, by traveling, you can see a lot of that. You go travel some random place and you see some guy that lives in an alleyway. Yeah.
So lives in an alleyway. Okay. So my question is this: so you guys have these side things, but with Josue, like, I feel like this is something that is not really more of a side thing, but it's something that you focus on a lot. You've had 2 shops running at once. What's your end goal with barbering, and how does that play into the rest of your lifestyle?
It plays a big part. It's barbering. It's been, I feel like it's been everything. I feel like being 25, having 8 kids, and a lot of people against you, and just because they don't know the real you. They just look at the outside. So it's kind of like it played a big part, because I put myself into some situations where if I didn't come to work every day, and it goes back to when people tell you their problems and stuff, it played a big part in my life, because it kind of helped me. Yeah. Kind of make the right decisions. Because I seen so many fuck ups. I seen so many successful stories. I've seen it all.
Yeah.
In 8 to 9 years.
So you have all these kids, and who's bidding against you? Who is this? Who is this entity that feels that it's good for them to go against you? Who is? What is this?
That's just the way it's. I feel like it's society, and I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't let it get to me. I feel like I still do what I got to do. I'm not on social media. I don't feel the need to, I'm not a person that I don't like to express myself. I don't feel the need to. I feel like, everybody's so wrapped up in this whole, I found what I liked. It was barbering. I'm making money. I'm just trying to do what I got to do.
I'll say this. I know there's like a weird, like little, like maybe a stigma on like having a bunch of kids, but like you've all people that I know, personally and even publicly, you've done a really good job at taking care of your fucking family, man.
I try.
Yeah, you seem like a wonderful
not try. You've
Honestly,
done.
I know minimal of you, but every time you've been pleasant, you've been courteous, you're great at customer service, and you do your job well. I can't understand why anybody would have an issue with you.
It's not an issue, bro. The thing is, bro, I know, like, bro, the thing is,
So many
people
people-
envy things that they cannot attain by themselves, or
Okay.
things that they can't, they feel that they cannot accomplish,
Or they don't understand.
You know what I'm saying?
No, you're good.
Or they don't understand.
Especially when someone doesn't express themselves.
Well, people see somebody with 8 kids, right? And they're like, oh, I got 1 kid and I could barely even make it right now with 1 kid, right? So they see somebody with 8 kids and they're like, they got their own business. At one point, 2 businesses running at the same time, and they're like, oh, there's no way. So, they want to add their own little things of what it can or cannot be. You know what I'm saying? People don't want to see something that they can't do by themselves. You know what I'm saying?
They don't.
Yeah.
That's why.
So you're saying there's just a ton of haters in Southwest Florida? Is haters the topic? Is haters the
This is
topic?
No, it's
something
not the topic.
that,
It's not the topic.
this is something that if you're from Fort Myers, if you're from Cape Coral, it's that people hate, they don't support, they don't.
Yeah, but that's Southwest Florida on any front. On if you're being an artist, period, there's gonna be haters. I honestly believe that on all fields and all markets. Honestly, it doesn't matter if you're selling beer. It doesn't matter if you're selling wine. It doesn't matter if you're selling haircuts. It doesn't matter if you're selling
Contrast of
lawn.
personality.
There's always a hater in your circumference. But it's like, how do you respond to those haters that will determine your
don't.
futures?
I
No?
don't.
Yeah,
I got
You just
too much
don't. You
going
just
on.
don't. You
I'm
just
not.
don't.
I'm not
like
one of
to pay
those people
attention to
that I'm not one of those people that feel like, because there's like a culture of like, oh yeah, you're always focusing on your haters and like the fact that your haters want to see you fail. Like
That's such a stupid
even
way of
Khaled, like
thinking.
even Khaled's like, oh, they don't want you to win.
So we're not
and hold
acknowledging
on.
that they
And I'm
exist?
like, no, it's not about not acknowledging it. It's like. If you focus on negative energy,
Yes.
you got to choose what
You
you're going
gotta
to
bring
focus
that
on.
shit to
So if
yourself.
you're bringing
Okay.
their energy up
Thank
to
you.
your face all the time.
Thank
Oh, well,
you.
shout out to my haters.
Thank
no,
you.
Yes.
not
My
shout out to my haters.
Taurus.
Shouts out to the
My
people that
Taurus.
support me and
Shout
that
out.
are fucking with me
Of course,
because
of
that's what
course.
I'm focusing on. So fuck the haters in the sense of not even just like
Don't
fuck the
acknowledge
haters.
them
I don't
for
give. I have to acknowledge them because that's negative energy. So even though I love
My
Khaled
Taurus
and Khaled's a
brother.
power, but to always be like, yo, they don't want. I'm not worried about they. I'm worried about us. I'm worried about my significant circle of people that
course.
want to see me win because those are the people that are giving me good energy.
And that's why I want to bring to the forefront because it sounds like we're bringing they into the conversation a lot here.
Well, no,
you know what I'm
we
saying?
have to
and
address
I
they.
only question it because like, is there a problem with they or is there a problem how we're thinking? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Is there?
Society, that's
It's always a
like-
reflection.
yeah.
It's
Society's
always a
always gonna play its
reflection of
part.
yourself.
Sure.
It's a mirror.
I
What you
wanna
put out is
address
a
it 'cause
mirror.
But I'll
we're
tell you
here.
what, if I was to pay attention to all the negative bullshit I've had to,
Right.
You wouldn't be as successful.
I
as you
wouldn't
are.
be where I am right now.
True story.
So
And
I
I'm
have
only 25.
I want to
That's the
dig a little
formula.
bit, even a
That's
little
the
bit deeper
formula.
in that. Is that like, so as a minority Hispanic male in America, you have a lot of odds against you. Obviously, you have a lot of even friends, old friends that have gone different paths.
Yeah.
What do you feel like What do you feel like is the factor or factors that made you kind of stick to the path? Because we were talking about focus, and you're talking about Gene and how he's focused. But I would consider you in that
Of
realm.
course,
of
and
focus.
going back to
Absolutely.
Gene, like Gene played a big part
Really?
in my life.
Yo,
of course,
like,
that's who, that's who
I love how
took
we're
us
talking about
in.
Gene as like like a mythical.
He's an OG. He's
He
an OG.
is.
He's an OG.
Like-
He really is everybody.
Oh, Curate
Well, yeah,
podcast Gene episode coming soon. Fuck
yeah,
that.
we didn't
Easily.
talk to Gene, bro, a little bit.
You know,
For real.
it's just he played a big part. 4 years, I learned a lot, and as soon as I
You
get
were
chance-
at Flawless,
There's a
right?
lot of
4 years,
barbers in
that's
the
what I
game
learned.
that can say the same thing. That's the thing. That's why he's heavily regarded. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's why he's. You know what I mean? 'Cause that just came out. That's why he's like.
Listen, I'm not even in barbershop culture. He's just my barber. And you know what I'm saying? And,
That's
and
great.
the
Yeah,
amount
yeah.
of respect that y'all have for him lets me know that
I
chose
love
well,
I love the
apparently,
fact
you know
that
what I'm
he
saying?
does not give 3 shits about social
No.
media or about any of this that's going on. He has no idea about none of this.
Hey.
But he's being brought up in every conversation.
Because
That-
guess
that
what?
just shows,
It's the
like,
truth.
type of
In
person he is.
2017, content is king. In the sense of, it doesn't matter what you do, all the image and all the, like, if your music's good, if your content is good, if your product is good, it doesn't matter all the other bullshit around it.
Of course.
That's cool. You could there's rappers or there's artists that have built their life or their image around this facade and they've made it. But no matter what time of life it is, content is king. If your product is good, if what you're giving to people, if you're serving people, if you're a great person, character-wise, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you post on Facebook.
Definitely.
Because it's word of mouth, bro. Like, I made a career as a DJ, not by social media or by a website. It's by doing a good job with the wedding I had in front of me.
Of course.
I did a good job with that, and the people were like, yo, that nigga killed
That
it.
goes
Yo.
all the way down to the haircut.
That goes down to anything that you do,
Exactly.
bro. Anything that you do, if you put 100% of you into whatever you're doing,
You have to
you
be in
will
the present.
succeed.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
will.
yeah, yeah.
You,
Definitely.
the cream rises to the top. They've been talking about that for I don't know how many years.
And there
It's a lifetime.
there's a stream of like local economy that doesn't get broadcast enough on. It's not enough. It's that it just doesn't resonate unless you're there in person, locally,
Yeah.
online. You know what I'm saying? Like online, you can go globally and you can go across the world. But there's not like the local.
There's nothing.
There's nothing.
There's like that conversation at 9:00 in the morning when a client brought in a dozen of donuts and we're all talking about this or that.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
There's-
The
yes.
things that don't make social media, the things that even
Of
the
course.
barbers
It's-
who are
it's
famous
moments.
on social media.
It's moments.
Those
Yeah.
are the moments that they don't even broadcast.
There's wisdom that will never be captured
You can't pay
online,
for those
and it's
moments.
on a local
You really
level.
can't.
Y'all wanna-
You have to be in the present. You have to be there. You have to be there.
at that
Have
shop.
you-
at
I don't
that
know. Has
moment.
Yes.
everybody here seen Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
Parts.
Has everybody here seen it?
I haven't.
Not in
Elite,
its
bro, I'm
entirety.
disappointed
Okay, I'm
because
sorry.
It will,
Sorry.
it
It's a
will
good
do
one.
something for you, bro. It will do something for you.
Okay.
Like,
If
it's
you're
a lot
on
of things
drugs.
you gotta cut through to understand. But like at one point in the movie, like late in the movie, it's saying basically 1968, right? 1968 was a very big year in the United States when
For
it comes
drugs.
to. I mean, yeah, drugs as the catalyst, like drugs as the vessel
Sure.
that pushed our minds to a new plateau. You know what I'm saying?
Psychedelics.
Before
Third
that,
eye.
people were very 2D. You know what I'm saying? Like very like I don't know how to explain it in English.
No,
It's
I
attention
understand.
span.
I feel where
You feel where I'm coming
I
from,
feel you,
right?
I feel you.
So basically, you're saying that
I
Like
smoked
that.
weed once.
1968, it was a very, very impactful year, right? Like a lot of crazy things happened in that year, right?
Sure.
But psychedelics, the whole civil rights movement,
Yeah.
the whole Vietnam War, all of that.
Yeah,
It was basically a time. It was a time in the world that like you had to be there in order to experience that shit, right? I hate you.
I don't know what
I hate
you're
you,
talking
bro.
about, bro.
Did you get to a point? I missed it.
Once you punch that ticket, you gotta take that ride. Once you punch that ticket, you gotta take that ride.
Once you let
Ding!
Once you punch that ticket,
Once you put that time on
you
your
gotta
tongue,
take that
ain't
ride.
no going back.
No going back.
You gotta take that ride.
Yo,
have to.
so basically,
That trip is inevitable.
yo, to make the long story short, right?
That sounds it out, right?
Yeah, low key it does. All right,
You should
but
have had the mic for that.
I know.
yeah, he really should.
Once you take that strip, you take that ride.
Hey, but listen, bro.
Long story short.
Make the long story short, right? There's things that happen in this world,
Turn
right?
documentary into a TV show.
Little moments that you have with people, little moments that you have with like even a client or a random person. Like you might just be chilling and you talk to an old person in a line to the DMV, and you talk to them and they're telling you about when they were in World War II or whatever. Right. That little moment that they shared with you, that shit cannot be put on Instagram or Facebook or anything like this. This has like so much meaning and so much value that you cannot record it.
All right, watch. Now to get deeper into what you're saying, we're gonna play a game called Truth or Shot. Yo.
It's like the fourth time we try to play this game, bro.
Why are you not getting married to the woman that you were with right now?
What do you mean?
Why are you not married?
Why I'm not married yet?
Why are you not married yet? Truth or Shot.
It's coming soon. You're gonna be my DJ.
But no,
by the way.
I didn't say that. I said why
It's for
are you
fiscal
married
reasons.
now?
This is a market.
Wait. I want this to be recorded. Are you sure?
Yeah, that's recorded. Come on,
we're being recorded right now.
Yeah, champion hoodies.
This is my life, yo. To be honest, bro, this is my life. This woman is my life, bro. To be honest, like I don't have to like fake the front for nobody. I live the crazy lifestyle. You feel me? My whole life.
We seen it.
Snapchat. I live the crazy lifestyle. You feel me? But
I
don't have
but
that name.
I met a woman, right? That matched everything that I ever could think that I wanted in somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Gay, I kill it.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, I'm not married yet.
Need a girl to
I'm not married yet.
How long you been with your girl?
I've been with my fiance for 3.5 years.
Oh, you guys are engaged.
We're engaged.
Okay, I didn't even know that. See,
but you feel me? Me and her, we didn't. Look, these two niggas, bro. It's funny. It's funny because all this is gonna replay back in their mind whenever they're in the same position as me. Hopefully, they will be in that position one day, bro.
I'm right there with you, bro. I'm not.
What's holding you up? You've been 3 years
in Washington.
That's a long engagement.
Anyway, so okay. So when is the wedding?
That's a long engagement.
We've been engaged. We've been engaged for almost 2 years now.
Okay,
we got engaged.
SpanishNigga.com. Fuck with you. I fuck with you
because
it was a day.
This is why we haven't. This is why we're not married yet. Because
we're not millionaires.
Not a lot of people know. Like I haven't told nobody or whatever. Like he knows, and like a couple people around me. But I bought a house in December, late December.
Let's go.
Almost January.
Shout out to Gene. Shout out to
Gene. Let's get back to Gene.
Yeah,
Gene
gonna rent it out.
He mentored me a lot because
Jose Carreras is gonna be a
I had
property
my mind
manager.
on stupid shit. Like I wanted rims for my car. I wanted gold chains. But guess what? I got my chunk after I got my house. So you know what I'm saying?
No Limit Records.
Hey, listen. The thing is that you gotta remember what like you gotta separate what you think people want to see you with and separate what you want to see yourself with. Right. Because you know, of course, everybody want to see you chunked up.
Somebody else's vision.
Josue, how do you feel about being low key?
Low key.
Yeah.
How do you feel about
not stunting?
The fact that you're so.
I love it.
What like?
It's great.
Like if a tree falls in the forest, does it really fall? You know, it's making noise.
It's making noise.
Like if you're stunting out here, you don't make noise.
Good, and it's easier with all the responsibilities I have as a father.
So your 16-year-old has Lexus.
You got a 16-year-old already? Oh, okay.
So no super 16-year-old yet.
Nigga came out the womb with a baby. Nah.
No, you honestly, your barbershop is beautiful. This is my first time being in it. This is super. This is super awesome. I love it. It's clean cut.
So I think that's a good question though about not having to, because I feel like our narcissism has amped up with the social media realm, right? Like I use like a 4-syllable word, narcissism. That's 4. I don't even know what that means, but no. I feel like in like society, it sometimes even I feel like if I don't share it.
It didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
Never happened,
bro. They need to realize. So what kind of? So you have to be a secure type of person. What security inside of you says I don't gotta share this. I did this, but I'm gonna share it.
I'm doing it for my joy, for what, you know. It's way more than that. I feel like when you have kids, it just, you know, you're doing it for them. That's the recognition that you need. Of course.
Hey, can I intercede? Like, all right. Hey,
sure.
Why not? I'm that dude, bro. I'm sorry.
Go for it.
He does this at the shop.
Yeah, I do it. But especially now that you put like 3 bottles in front of me and made me drink them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
y'all asked me a question, right? Why I'm not married yet, right? You asked me a question why I'm not married yet. I feel you, my G.
Typical
like,
Barber
I don't
thing,
have
he's
no
going
kids
back.
yet, right? But of course, a lot of people have other different goals that maybe they want a barbershop. Maybe they want this, maybe they want that. My dream is to have my own kid that's like me, the little yo-yo that I could teach him what people didn't teach me. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn the hard way. I want to teach my kid the right way. You feel me? So what made me not feel like, oh look, she calling right now. Look,
Hey, put it on. Say what's up. Put it on speaker.
This is
baby,
gonna be great.
what's up? I'm talking about you right now on the
Yeah,
camera.
you're not stressing about that ring?
You're on the Curate
You're not
podcast.
stressing. You're not stressing about the ring at all.
Baby, you on camera right now. This is about to be part of the show. I was just talking about you, actually. They were asking me.
Let her talk,
She's
nigga.
gonna hang up.
Yeah. We need our speaker.
You're on the mic.
Yo, you hear it? Anyway, so this is Jay with the Curate podcast. Yo, Yo-Yo's girl, are you not stressing about this ring at all? How you feel?
Baby.
Not stressing.
You're not stressing about being the wife of Yo-Yo. Speak on
Yo-Yo
it.
should be stressing about being my husband.
I gotta get a soundboard.
Hey, nah, actually, I was just talking about our engagement. Why we haven't got married yet.
Yankee Stadium 3 years ago.
He talked about how lovely you were, and all that stuff. But we're worried about how long it's gonna take you to be a wife. What are your thoughts on that?
Baby, you tell
A
them.
barber wife.
What?
Yeah, you know.
All right.
No.
I was just telling them about like how the fact that we put our things in a different order. You know what I'm saying? We try to get the crib first, then we got engaged first, then we got the crib, then is the wedding.
Well, I feel like we already are basically married, just without the paperwork.
You guys
Yeah.
are. You
You
guys
know what
are.
I'm saying?
Look, that's wifey.
Thank you.
That's a rider. That's a rider. That's a rider. That's a rider.
Baby.
I
That's
fuck with you. I fuck with
wifey
you
right
100.
there.
Honestly,
bro.
me and my fiance are on the same thing, so I respect it. I just had to grill you on it a little bit.
Is that
because you
not-
are live.
Hey, this is like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. This you got the phone.
But I know the camera sees my
Who's
ring
on the
right
$5
now.
bill?
I know the camera sees my ring right now. I know you see them diamonds in my ring.
But
right
isn't it if you like isn't that the officiality of it all, the wedding, the marriage license, all that?
But
Doesn't
to
that
who,
make
though?
it real though?
now? But to
Like
who?
you're committed.
But to who?
No,
To
I'm
the-
asking if
to
it's
everyone
real to
around
y'all.
you.
Do
Me?
Do you guys feel? Does society decide who you guys are
Listen,
as a
me-
couple, as a unit?
Me and my fiance, I don't know. I don't even want to like tell too much people.
Speak for
like,
her?
I don't want to speak for her exactly, but I feel like me and her, we got a different kind of thing going. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got to the point that like a piece of paper doesn't mean shit.
Yeah,
a
y'all
ceremony
team. Y'all
doesn't
team.
mean shit. At the end of the day, she has a fat ass motherfucking diamond on her finger.
Oh, I thought you
And-
said-
I thought you were gonna
I
stop
was
there
like,
at fat
there
ass.
you
I
go.
thought you were gonna stop there at fat ass.
Chill.
I was like, word.
Hey.
Good for you, nigga.
Hey,
I
she has a
respect.
fat ass motherfucking diamond on her ring, and so do I. And I'm not married. I'm
Respect.
engaged.
Respect.
Yo, I asked
Respect.
my girl.
That's what's
Listen,
up.
I asked my
Yeah.
fiance for her hand in marriage. Guess what she did, bro? A year
said
later.
yes. She said
No,
yes.
a
She
year
said
and a
yes.
half later. You know what she did? She asked me for my fucking hand in marriage, bro.
That's awesome. That's
How
awesome.
many females do that shit?
That's wifey.
I don't know. I don't know what to explain.
I asked for her hand first.
Y'all should
A
have
year and a half later, we haven't been married yet. You know what she did? She asked for my hand.
y'all should have a shared Instagram
That's the
account.
thing is what's
Yeah,
gonna happen
so-
is that it's gonna have the dash with the two
Are both
last
y'all on
names.
the same Facebook account? That's
It's
real.
gonna be the two the
No,
dash
we-
with the two last names.
We don't need that. We don't need that.
Nah.
Keeping both last
Sorry.
names. We're keeping both last names.
Are your guys' assets separate or together?
No,
They have a joint Chase account. They have a joint Chase account.
Who's the
Rooms
house-
to go.
who's the
Rooms to
house
go.
name under? Who's the
Rooms
house-
to
is it
go.
under your name or both of y'all name? Who you know what I'm saying?
Rooms
Let's
to
get
go
down
is
to that.
both of theirs.
it's gonna be under both of our names, but
Real shit.
we're not thinking that small. You know what I mean? One house under both of our names, that doesn't really help us out
Four
when it comes to
houses.
finances.
You
right?
need two houses.
The first house, whatever, it don't matter whose name it is under. The second house is gonna be under her name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not
Y'all
gonna
should have
stop
put it
at
under
two
yours
houses
and then.
be
Anyway,
three.
we'll talk about
See,
financial
that's what it
security
is.
anyway. You should get rid of the girl.
Hey, so all right, Josue.
All right,
got
Yoko,
a
what's up?
question
What's up?
I got a question for Josue.
All right,
Yeah, I got a question for
What's up? What's up?
Josue. All right, look, check this out. This is, you know how, all right, he spoke about how there's some barbers who have other, layers, and you said that this is you, this is your life.
Yeah.
Where would you see you putting? Because if you're gonna make a lot of money in this field, where would you see you putting the extra money that you make? Where to further along your legacy for your kids?
Well, definitely. Like I said, this like especially this shop shit, people think is like, oh, it's for the money. And don't get me wrong, money plays a big part of it. But to me, it's more of
money's
building
the benefit of the passion.
Sure.
I'm making myself comfortable
passion.
building I like to build my own vibe. I don't like having to feel like I have to change myself or just be watched because I'm under somebody else's roof. I like setting the vibe, and when it comes to money, I feel like, obviously next is a house. I got the shop I wanted, new plaza and everything, but
you
definitely
see yourself like
college.
franchising limitless, because it like the way the brand looks and set it up, everything, like,
It looks like
it looks like, you know what I mean?
Yo,
And
who designed that logo? and shit?
Yeah, you guys.
I worked with you. Look, the reason why I'm going in like this is because like I said before, like me and him started together, you know what I mean? So to see my when I first started, like my dream, we were in harmony with the same dreams, you know what I mean? It was like I wanted to open my own shop, this and that, and the third. Mine shifted. So like to see how his stayed on that same path, like I want to know, like, cause like these are things that I probably would have thought of if my goals would have stayed the same.
Yeah.
Like, what are your goals, like? You know what I mean? Like, because.
Bro, honestly,
Yeah, what are they?
Like, you
What
want
are
to
they?
franchise?
I mean,
Do you want to like? Do you want
business-wise, I don't think I'll see myself doing another business again. I like to focus on one thing.
Because you had a
Yeah.
tobacco
But
shop too,
that
didn't you?
of course, yeah, and tried that out, didn't work, and moved on from it. But like I said, the next thing I want to buy a house. I want to.
It's more like trying to secure
It's
like
like
everything for the family. And stuff.
When you have kids, I don't know about everybody, but I feel this. I worry because I see so many people, just
There's a lot
being led by society doing crazy shit. And having 8 kids, it's a big responsibility to make sure that none of them take the wrong
I
path.
admire it because like not trying to bash nobody, there's a lot of there's so much freedom, and there's polarity. It's polarity involved because there's good, there's bad, there's opposites. So like you'll find a 22-year-old, 25-year-old barber who has 3 shops, 2 shops. You'll find a 39-year-old barber who's still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why, like, I'm just kind of like.
You're trying to pick out his game to like better
Because,
better
like,
yourself.
whoever's listening
To see the next step for
There's
yourself.
gonna be barbers listening to this. There's gonna be barbers who
Sure,
who
absolutely.
haven't figured it out yet. Who
Right.
maybe this is the thing that they need to hear. Coming from a different perspective.
For
so
sure.
I'm trying to like.
For sure.
Because I know me, I have my own goals. You know what I mean? I'm a barber, and this is. Like, I started cutting hair when I was 11 years old. You know what I mean? Like, the town I grew up in, like, it was either you're a drug dealer or a barber. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, like.
So let's talk to the barbers a little bit, okay? So he says that he's like in between those, okay? Is it harder to start up as a barber, period, when nobody knows you, or to have a new shop that nobody knows you at? And what are the differences between those two?
I feel like it's how bad you want it. Like,
No matter what spectrum.
yeah, I feel like you could open up any type of business, put a sign on it, open the doors. People are gonna come in. Now, are you gonna keep those people, coming back or satisfied? You get what I'm saying? I feel like, and that's a problem with barbers nowadays. They don't understand that this shit comes with hustle. Like, you get what I'm saying? They want to start. They want to make $1,000 a week. Don't understand that shit takes a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not.
It ain't sweet, bro.
Everyone always sees.
It ain't sweet,
Everyone
bro.
always sees like, and this is one of the things about any sort of greatness or any field where someone has succeeded a lot, is we all see where they're at. We
Of
don't see
course.
what they took to get
Of
there.
course.
What it took
Absolutely.
to get there, and that's something that I've taken personally. from both angles because people, oh Malik, wait. I'm like,
you know your journey.
You don't fucking know, like,
you know
of course.
Yeah.
So you can, and you understand.
Yeah.
So you can understand other people's journey.
Other people's. Like, I know it's not easy for you to, like, I know. So I deal with high functioning depression and anxiety. I know that on the outside it looks like I'm straight.
Taurus.
On the inside, I'm out
April
here
25th.
struggling. And
Robin Williams.
yeah, Robin Will. Think about all the great people we've lost in the last
Someone who
4
you-
years.
You drop tears because of how much you're laughing, but deep down he's dropping tears because of how depressed.
How
he is.
depressed.
Bro, I have
Yeah.
a firm belief that anybody that's too talented is too depressed,
Bro.
too much anxiety.
Just like bullies are
great-
insecure.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know
with
how I
great
feel
power
about
comes
that.
great responsibility.
No, I don't agree with
With
that.
talent comes great depression, great anxiety.
Comedians, actors, entertainers, rappers, people who are on the spotlight, because there's this. Here's the thing, with high functioning mental health disorder, anything, whether it's anxiety, schizophrenia, bipolarism,
Okay.
all that stuff, what happens is there's it stigmatizes itself. So it goes, oh Malik, you're so talented. How could you be depressed? So and not only are people telling you that, you're telling yourself that. Like, Malik, bro, what are you talking about? You grew up in church, and you should be the most fucking faithful, hope-filled person ever. Like, you help other people. Why would you want to be a teacher? You're a pastor, right? All this shit. So you almost don't allow yourself to feel sad. And I think that's what happens with comedians. Like, what do you mean? Everyone's laughing. Everyone loves you. Why would you be sad?
I got a question.
What's up?
I'm sorry. I don't mean to.
Nah. What's up?
Is it, and it's not about the podcast, but what ran through your mind the day I came up to you and I told you I gave my life to you?
Oh shit, this is a great conversation. Let this shit rock because we about to talk, nigga. I just spilled.